Now that I've got the pattern pieces patched and painted, I'm ready to actually start casting them. The parts themselves are relatively straightforward, and I'm just using the same technique that I normally use when it comes to doing the sand casting. You can see they're one of the pieces that I'm testing out for the Hulk sculpture as well. I've decided I'm going to start working on it one side at a time so I can get each piece finished and then move on to the other side. The piece that I've got here is just a little bit heavy, so I'm just drilling out the centre a little bit to cut down some of the weight. I'll probably do a little bit more to pretty this up once I'm getting closer to finishing. But it's not like it's going to be seen anyway, and it's really just about making it a little bit lighter. From there it's just a matter of getting it all cleaned up and filed and sanded back and ready for polishing. The section that I'm working on at the moment is the part where I'm going to be storing the battery. So now that I've got the basic cleanup done, I'm going to start working on a caddy for the battery to be held in place. The bit that I'm putting on here now is a stopper plate, just to stop it sliding all the way through. I'm just tapping the holes now so that I can add in some thread bar, and that thread bar will actually tie it all together into one piece. Now that those parts all fit together properly, it's ready for final cleanup and polishing. But before I do that, I want to work out where the wiring is actually going to be mounted. I want to be able to plug the DC charger into it, and I'm using the little power board that I disassembled from the charger. I've already gone ahead and drilled out some holes and squared off one of them so that the charge port will pass through it. The only problem with it is that the little indicator light is in the wrong position in relation to where I want it to be seen. So rather than rewiring it and moving it across into a different position, I've got a few pieces of perspex that's quite thick, and I've decided to make up a little periscopic light diverter for it. And that just fits over the existing LED, and with the 45-degree angle that I've got cut on the back there, it reflects the light through the perspex and shines it out into a position where I can see it when I plug in the charger. And then once it's painted black and mounted into position, you can see I've polished a bit of a lens shape into the bit that pokes through the metal, and you can see when the charger's plugged in there, it glows pretty brightly. Now that I know that that's going to work okay, I'm not terribly happy with having the holes exposed there, so I'm going to make up a cover plate for it. And to do that, what I've done is countersink two little neodymium magnets into it, and I've made up a cover plate that's got some corresponding magnets in it. To make sure that it aligns properly, it's slightly above the center line in the actual position of it, and I've set the magnets in so that they're polar opposite, so one is negative and one is positive, so that they can't be put on backward. Which means when you put that little cover plate on, it auto aligns, so you don't have to worry about it matching up properly, and it snaps into position quite solidly. Can take it off and use the bolt that's next to it there to attach it to temporarily whilst I charge up the system, and then once everything's charged up, it's just a matter of putting that plate back on and everything locks into place and hides those holes quite nicely. So in the next video I'll be working out the details for that other half. I've already got one piece cast up there, as you can see. The other bit's a little bit more complicated, I'm going to have to work that one out. But that's the update for this time, guys. Thanks for watching, talk to you next time.